makes you so sad. And I'm so confused, thinking about what could have been. And I'd fight for you. Now I'm on the outside looking in. Take it all away. Take the pain and the sorrow. Take it all away. Take it all away. The man that you once knew. Take it. Don't know what I'll do. Take it all away. Heal the wounds that are so deep. Take it all away. Now the promises I couldn't keep. Take it all away. I don't wanna be without you. Take it. I never meant to hurt you. How can I say to you, you just don't want me to? Words that don't rhyme. I guess there's a time when we'll move on and look ahead. Rather be here instead, right next to you. Well, I guess that we're through, and I can't let go. I don't wanna lose what I thought we had, and I just won't go unless that makes you so mad. And I'm so confused. How you switch it all off when the lights go black, and I feel so used. And it's ripping through my mind 'cause I want you back. Take it all away. Take the pain and the sorrow. Take it all away. I need a brand new tomorrow. Take it all away. I'm the girl that I once knew. Take it. Don't know what I'll do. Take it all away. Heal the wounds that are so deep. Take it all away. Now the promises I couldn't keep. Take it all away. I don't wanna be without you. Take it. 'Cause I never meant to hurt you. Love is priceless, sometimes darkness, and if you make it, might be timeless. So sad, I guess it's a fine mess, and all I know is now I'm loveless. Now I'm loveless. Take it all away. Take the pain and the sorrow. Take it all away. A brand new tomorrow. Take it all away. The man that you once knew. Take it. Don't know what I'll do. Take it all away. The wounds that are so deep. Take it all away. All the promises I couldn't keep. Take it all away. I don't wanna be without you. Take it. 'Cause I never meant to hurt you.
Looking for the inside track on everything sports? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet with your hosts, Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. I am your host, Jeff Eskow. We got another jam-packed show for you guys today. Going to have a lot of fun. Going to be very, very fun. I hope you guys are ready for this. Let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then we'll bring in the co-host for the day, and we'll start the show. Like I said, I am Jeff Eskow. This is Sports World Radio. We do this each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. in the West. And if you live in the Central, just figure it out for yourself. You can find us at SportsWorldRadio.com. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. And we're also on Facebook at Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. You want to get in touch with us? There's many ways to do it. Many, many ways. SportsWorldRadio.com, Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Twitter, like I said, at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. We are also send us an email at swrshow@gmail.com. You can send us an swrshow@gmail.com. You can come into the Blab. We're on Blab every single day at 3 p.m., as well as on Sports World Radio and as well as the Blab channel. So join us all over the place. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got some people popping in. Hey, Farouk, how you doing, buddy? And Morgan is in the house as well. Hey, Elliot, why don't you jump on in the seat? Let's get this show rocking and rolling today. Any questions along the way, just pop them in the chat room to the side there. If you're listening to us on SportsWorldRadio.com with the live embed code right now, thank you very much for doing that. For all you guys that are listening to the replay, thank you very much for listening to the replay as well. Let's bring my co-host in for the day, Big E Lomba. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, my brother Jeff? How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just great. Don't talk so damn loud, you rat bastard.
Oh, look at you. You're a hump and you know it. So
let's
get on with it.
Let's get on with the show today.
You know what?
Right. Well,
if you notice,
you got some different scenery in your background. What the hell's going on over there, man? I know you're not at home, so what the flying fig Newton the hell are you at?
Well, it just so happens. What is Big E doing? Oh, hey, Morgan, what's up, brother? How you doing? Hey, listen, right now I'm actually in Orlando, Florida at the Dolphin and Swan Resort in Disney World.
You swimming with the dolphins?
Haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But, hey, there's always time for that. Yeah. But right now, I mean, I'm enjoying myself here. We're at, 6:06 p.m. Eastern. Mm-hmm. What's that, 3:06 p.m.?
On the West Coast. If you live in Essential, figure that crap out for yourself.
Figure it out.
Yeah, the Central, the Mountain, and the Atlantic, just figure it out for yourself, man. The Atlantic. Who the hell lives in the Atlantic? The Atlantic time zone. Who the hell lives in the Atlantic time zone? Jiminy Cricket's sake.
I have no idea. Isn't that the same Atlantic time zone? Isn't that the same as Eastern time zone?
No, it's an hour off.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, you learn something new every day, I guess. Anyway, here in Orlando, which is technically called Bay Lake, the weather is 81 degrees, cloudy, and as is Florida, 10 minutes later, it could be raining again.
And it's humid, I bet you, too, isn't it?
Oh, my God, it's humid as...
Yeah, see, I got the air conditioner running here because it's freaking like 95 degrees. And, if it gets any hotter, I could crack an egg on my sidewalk in my backyard and just cook a fried egg, man. I'm telling you, it's getting hot out. Freaking, hey.
That sounds hot.
Dude, it's freaking October 22nd, and it's freaking 95 degrees here in San Diego. Are you kidding me?
That's called global warming, my friend.
It's beautiful. And then you know what's going to happen? When the sun goes down, it's going to get to be like around 65, 70. It's going to be great. I love it.
Morgan says that sounds cozy.
It is cozy. I got the AC on for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. I got to keep it cool in here, man.
These new hotels, they don't. It's not like the old days when they had the air conditioning unit under the window.
Right.
Here, they don't have that. So it's like the AC only runs from certain areas. There's like one vent in the room.
Little small-ass vent.
And a small vent, too. And I'm sitting right next to it, and I'm still sweating.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, who's that here in the background?
Oh, that's Campagna. That's Terrence Freeman.
Hey, what's up, Terrence? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, Terrence?
What's going on, guys?
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm here in Orlando today. I'll be here for the next couple of days. So if I come back on the show tomorrow or the day after, you'll see me here probably for sure tomorrow.
Wow, he's actually out of his house for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. Holy
man, can you believe that? And I'm homesick already. No,
I bet you are.
Well, I mean, it's a whole different setup. I'm here on my laptop, and I have the microphone on a tripod instead of my desktop and my 32-inch monitor with the scissor arm that I can use.
It's a little weird. It's a little different getting used to it. Really quick, before we get this show banging and going, I want to remind everybody that Sports World Radio is sponsored by ProfessionalRecordingStudioEquipment.com. So if you guys need microphones, pop filters, cables, anything you need so you can do your show correctly on Blab, head on over to professionalrecordingstudioequipment.com, and I'm going to put that link in the chat room for you guys, so you can just click on that link. But if you're listening to the replay and you can't see the link, it'll probably be in the comments on my page later on. But head on over to professionalrecordingstudioequipment.com and get all your stuff there, so you can sound awesome on Blab like me and Big E do.
Yeah, you see, you get one of these on there. It comes with the little tripod just in case. You don't actually have to buy a stand, but it comes with the tripod.
How about them apples? Hey, that's a nice windscreen you got there, man.
Yeah, I just got that today.
That's nice. I like that.
Another adjustment, because at home I have the pop filter.
Right.
And so I said, well, wait a minute. I need something to keep my peas and stuff out of the conversation. So I went down to Guitar Center and bought myself a wind.
Nice. That looks. See, now you look really professional, you rat bastard.
You and your rat bastard. You know what?
Man.
I'm gonna come up with one for you. Trust me.
All right, listen.
Hump doesn't quite fit.
The show used to be called the Rat Bastard Sports Show, so don't mess around with me.
Oh, okay. So it's legendary.
Yeah, it's legendary. Yeah,
okay.
I got to say at least Rat Bastard at least 20 times on the show, or otherwise it's not a good show.
And legendary, in whose mind was that?
Mine. And that's all. And you want to know something, Elliot? That's all that matters.
Exactly. That's what happens when you're the boss.
That's right. That's right. All right. So what do we got for the first topic of the day, my friend?
All right. Well, we weren't on yesterday, folks. I did send out a tweet.
Yeah, and I apologize for that, because that was totally my fault. There was an accident right down the road from my house, and some schmuck, two schmucks, in fact, knocked off a pole. Whoop! No power, no internet, no cable, no nothing. From about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning till about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I was going nuts. It was like I had no arms yesterday. It's like I was walking around the house like this, man. I couldn't do nothing.
That's the epitome of what people these days would react like if they lost all contact with the internet world.
Oh, what the hell, man? I can't do nothing. I can't grab nothing. I can't do nothing. Are you kidding me? Nothing.
I can see mass suicide occurring in that particular scenario.
So I went to the movies with my sister, and you know what happened?
Yeah.
I fell right to sleep. Okay, let's get to the first topic of the day.
Okay, well, we know that there is no baseball in the Major League playoff or postseason tonight, since the Mets dispensed of the Chicago Cubs yesterday by a final of 8-3. Bartolo Colon got the victory over Jason Hamill, Lucas Duda, D'Arnaud, and once again Daniel Murphy for the sixth straight postseason game delivered a home run.
That's incredible, man.
That is actually a Major League record now.
That's incredible. Are you kidding me?
And the Mets just breezed to an 8-3 win. They swept the Cubs. I know that you wanted the Cubs to win because Marty McFly and Back to the Future.
That's the only reason why. Okay, I caught a lot of flack yesterday from my sister.
Marty got it partially right. The Cubs were in the postseason, and there was a sweep. And there was a sweep.
Yeah, but it was the wrong way. I caught a lot of flack from my sister. She goes to me, "Who are you rooting for?" I go, "I'm rooting for the Cubbies." She goes, "What? You're from New York, born and raised, and you're not rooting for the Mets?" I go, "No, there's only one reason why, and that's because of Back to the Future. Otherwise, I'm rooting for the Mets all the way."
There you go.
It didn't matter to me either one getting in. I would have liked to see the Cubbies do it and have that whole thing come true. That would have been awesome. But I was born and raised a Met fan, so yeah, and I predicted the Mets to win the East and go far this year before the season even started. So I'm still right. Either way, I was right.
Segueing from that, the Mets actually are now sitting by, waiting for the winner of the American League Championship Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Kansas City Royals. That series right now stands 3-2 Kansas City, as Toronto bounced back from an elimination game by defeating the Kansas City Royals 7-1. Estrada with the win. Volquez took the loss. Casey had a home run from Salvador Perez, and Calabello got the save for Toronto. So the final there was 7-1.
They should be lucky that I'm allowing you to say anything about the American League Series because I can't watch it.
Yeah, I'm your eyes and ears for that right now.
Fox Sports 1 should be lucky that I'm allowing talk about the American freaking series on Sports World Radio because I can't watch the American. So I can't watch baseball until the World Series now. How about that?
What are you saying? Should we boycott?
Yeah, well, why not?
Stop talking about the ALCS.
Somebody's got to freaking watch it here on Sports World Radio because I obviously can't because I don't get it in the studio.
Well, guess what? It's a good thing that I'm here tonight and not, well, I guess tomorrow I won't be able to see the game.
Tomorrow night they play.
I don't know if they have Fox Sports 1 here at the hotel.
Oh, so you're going to get screwed too.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna do internet updates.
You're gonna get screwed too.
Absolutely.
That stinks, man.
Absolutely. I'm gonna suffer the downfall as well.
I don't get it. I don't get why they're doing that. I don't get why Fox Sports 1 is putting it on. You know what? It's putting it on. I don't know why Fox is putting it on Fox Sports 1 and alienating 3/4 of the country. Here's a great example. And he's gonna love this when I do this. Okay, Furcon, watch this. You're gonna love this. Right off the top of my head, this is coming. Say Blab only decided to put Blab only on a quarter of the internet. Not everybody can get it. Only a quarter of the world was allowed to use Blab. What? That's like and that's alienating the 3/4 of the rest of. Do you know how stupid that would be? Blab is so smart. They're giving it to everybody. Hey, Fox Sports 1, I got an idea. Why don't you take a little page out of Blab's book and give it to everyone? Stop putting it on Fox Sports 1. Put it on Fox Sports so I can see the game and give it to the whole country. Dumbasses.
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever from a standpoint of, I hear a lot of rhetoric going on about that they're doing it because of revenue sharing and this, that, and the other. I'm like, but wait a minute. Doesn't the numbers decrease in the revenue sharing if you're not broadcasting it to the entire world?
Right. Hey, Dinko, you're absolutely correct, man. He's absolutely correct. Only a quarter of America's TVs have Fox Sports 1. Okay, and let me say something to you. When this series started, the very first game, they put on Fox, correct?
And that was like a slap in the face.
Correct. And then the rest of the series was on Fox Sports 1. What? I so want to curse right now.
And I tell you, when I saw the game 2, which was the first game on Fox Sports 1, okay, I looked at the channel guide, and all there was some kind of fantasy football show, and then following that was something I didn't even bother reading. Are
you kidding me? That's like Blab only putting Blab on a quarter of the internet.
Only they wouldn't be. They wouldn't be Blab if that happened.
Correct. And you want to know something?
They'd be blah.
Exactly. And you want to know something? We probably wouldn't get to use Blab, so we wouldn't be doing the sports show here. So thank you very much for Blab opening Blab up to the whole entire world.
All you guys.
Unlike Fox Sports does with Fox Sports 1. Because if Blab didn't open this up to the all of the world, they wouldn't have Sports World Radio here. A real sports show. Sports show for real sports fans. Because we tell it like it is. If you don't like it, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Amen. I got to agree with that. Totally.
That's all I'm saying. And I've been like that forever, and I'm going to stay like that forever.
Despite the fact that there was no on-field action in baseball today.
Correct.
There was some interesting off-field scenarios that basically transpired. The one that leads probably is mostly the Mattingly is out in LA story. Miami is reportedly interested in Mattingly. Mattingly basically and the Dodgers announced a mutual parting of the ways on Thursday. Although even with a 40-minute press conference, club president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman, couldn't explain why. What's that all about?
I have no idea. So they couldn't explain why they got rid of him?
No. Only that it was, it's unusual we get that, Friedman said, but if played out exactly as I described it, it really was mutual.
They couldn't explain why they got rid of him.
Mutually.
We're just going to let you go, but we don't know why.
Well, actually, it's more of a case of they both let each other go and don't know why.
That's hysterical. No. I don't believe that article. That's wrong. I believe it was more the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are saying that. You go ask Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly is going to say, yeah, they let me go, and they never gave me a reason why.
You know,
because if I'm Don Mattingly, that's exactly what I say.
What Friedman is saying is
Friedman's a moron. Friedman doesn't know why they let him go. He's a moron.
If there was a reason we would share it, it's not black or white. There's a huge middle, and it's gray. And we're trying to be transparent. We aren't hiding anything. Usually when you say you're not hiding something,
you're hiding
there's
something.
A bunch of skeletons ready to pop out of your closet.
Bull. They're hiding a whole that you know what? That's the company line right there.
Exactly.
That's bullcrap. That's the company line he's spewing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they parted ways was an official statement. Yeah, they parted ways. They wanted to get rid of him a long time ago, but they couldn't because he kept making the playoffs. Now they have an excuse because he kept making the playoffs and didn't get them to the World Series. There's their excuse. Why don't you just say that instead of saying, I don't know?
Got to toe that line.
Unbelievable. It's ridiculous, man. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, we parted ways mutually, but we don't know why.
Yeah, they don't know why they parted ways.
That's ridiculous.
That makes them equally complicit in this cover-up.
No, they'll never admit to it. You're right, Dinko. They'll never admit to it. Never. But that's what listen, they have a perfect reason now. He keeps making the playoffs with the team. They spend all this freaking money. He gets them into the playoffs, but he can't get them to the World Series. There's their excuse. Now you can fire him. But no, we're going to mutually part ways, but we don't know why. Smart.
Yep. Not very smart at all, but
unbelievable. Now, if you're the next guy in line to go and get a job and be the manager of the Dodgers, do you really want to hear something like that coming out of their offices? We parted ways, but we don't know why.
That's like saying, hey, I shot that guy, but I don't remember.
If I'm going for a job interview to become the manager of the Dodgers, my first question is, why did you part ways with Don Mattingly?
Absolutely. You know what? You picked my brain on that one because I thought exactly the same thing.
I couldn't find any reason why, but if you want me to become your manager, I need to know why. And then I go speak to Don.
And find out his side of the story.
Exactly.
If he remembers.
Yeah, true. Before I even decide whether I'm taking that job or not. Me personally, I wouldn't take that job. But that's what I would do if I'm a candidate to become the manager of the Dodgers. I go straight out. What was the reason why you and Don Mattingly parted? And don't tell me you don't know. I don't want the company line. I want the truth.
Yeah, and when you're making moves like that, it's going to be difficult for you to find somebody that's willing to be
that guy
your
right
manager.
there. That guy right there is a candidate for the Rat Bastard of the Week. Make sure you got his name written down somewhere.
I'm going to write it down right now.
Yeah, write down that Rat Bastard's name. The guy who said, I don't know why, but we parted ways.
Friedman was his name.
Jackass. Are you really kidding me, man?
Yeah, well, anything can come out of anybody's mouth, and apparently the Dodgers organization keeps sticking their foot in their own in a major way.
We parted ways, but we don't know why. That's got to be the line of the week so far. We parted ways, but we don't know ways.
And neither one of us know why.
What
is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Wait for a couple of months, and Don Mattingly will be spewing out why, especially when he gets on a TV show or something. Because I'm not that. Who cares? Maybe they're still paying him, though. So maybe he can't say nothing until he's done getting the pay. And then he can say something. Because that's just, we parted ways, but we don't know why.
That's you know what? That's not even the company tow line right there, dude.
That's hysterical. Who's this guy? Freeman?
Friedman, yeah.
What's his first name?
Hey, let me get that back for you.
What's that stupid ass's first name? Freeman what? Can the Blue Jays make
Andrew Friedman?
Hey, Andrew Friedman? You are a candidate for the Rat Bastard of the Week for sure. In fact, right now, you're the number one candidate right now for the Rat Bastard of the Week, you dumbass. Dinko asks, can the Blue Jays make a comeback to go to the World Series? Well, I'm a Kansas City Royals fan, hence the light green color I'm wearing. No, I'm rooting for the Royals, man. I lived in Kansas City for 18 months doing my show there, doing Sports World Radio on AM radio out there. I would love to see the Kansas City Royals get back to the World Series again.
As a sports guy, honestly, I just don't think
I think they're better than
Toronto has enough to outlast Kansas City. Kansas City, I mean, they suffered a hiccup in this last game, losing 7-1. But segueing into that, I mean, tomorrow night is Game 6 in Kansas City.
Who's pitching for Kansas City tomorrow night?
Kansas City, Ventura's pitching tomorrow. It's basically this Ventura against David Price.
Ventura versus Price. Thanks, Dinko.
Yeah. And
but as a sports guy, I don't think Toronto's going to do it. And don't get me started on Joey Batflip neither, please. I think started on that rat bastard.
You see, here's the problem: is that Toronto is all about launching moonshots out of
that's the only
the
way
Rogers
they win.
Center, out of the Rogers Center. Those gaps in Kansas City aren't that friendly.
No, you got to hit the ball in Kansas City.
You got to hit the ball in Kansas City to send
especially
it out.
Especially if the wind is acting up. Oh yeah,
exactly.
Because the wind most of the time blows at the batters. It blows in from outfield. So you got to hit that ball.
Kansas City is not a good place for uppercut hitters.
I was sitting in the press box one day at the Royals game, and in the Royals game, you can make the decision on whether to have the windows open or closed. Uh-huh. And I like to have the window open so I can hear the crowd and get the atmosphere and all of that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sitting there watching the game, having typing, doing my thing, having a good old time, drinking, eating, free food. You got to love it in the press box, having a good old time. And some's old, wouldn't you know it? The window is open. The window is open, mind you. Okay, and there's a couple of us only that have the windows open. I'm over here, there's a couple of guys down there, right? And wouldn't you know it, foul ball goes right through the window, right over my head, breaks the popcorn machine. And the next thing I hear, Jeff, close the window. Huh? What? Come on, man. I like having the window open when I'm watching a game. I like the atmosphere. When the window's closed, you can't really hear nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I grew up a few blocks away from Yankee Stadium. And yeah, we could hear especially in postseason, we could hear the roar of the crowd right from my house. And it was pretty crazy that we were that close, with all that going on.
No, I'm not saying it's impossible to hit home runs in Kansas City. You just got to hit it.
Yeah, you got to really nail the ball in Kansas City.
You got to hit the sweet spot of the bat to hit it. It's none of these home runs that they've been hitting in Chicago. You lean out there and you get the end of the bat and it goes up in the air and boom, it's gone. It's none of that stuff. It's none of that. It's you got to hit the ball on the sweet spot of the bat to get it out there in Kansas City. Unless the wind hardly ever changes in there, okay? Because the wind comes, sometimes the wind comes from the other side, and if it does, the whole stadium blocks it. And that's when the wind is just not there at all. When the wind switches and comes off the freeway, which is behind the stadium, which is behind the fountains, that blows it in, it's hard to hit home runs.
Just a reminder, Dinko, they played the first two games in Kansas City, and Toronto did not hit not one home run.
There you go.
So the fact that they have 5 batters on the Jays that I wouldn't say can, they have the ability to hit a ball far, but as the old saying goes, you're going to have to hit the ball on the screws in Kansas City.
Yes.
To keep that ball out.
Right. That's why you see more triples and doubles in that park than any other park in the league.
Well, yeah, because the gaps are humongous.
Right. And that's a beautiful ballpark. I mean, it is beautiful. You're sitting in the press box. You see the fountains going. And at night, it is bitching because they got the colors going. I'm telling you something. I've been to a lot of ballparks. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, I've never been to it myself, but from what I see, with all the renovations that they did and whatnot, it is pretty
I'm
nice.
Spoiled. I'm spoiled when it comes to that ballpark because every game I seen in that ballpark was from the press box. So I'm kind of spoiled.
Oh, wow.
You know, I've never sat in the stands. I always sat in the press box because I had a press pass the whole year I was there. So every game I went to was always in the press box. Well, you know, then you go down, you talk to the players after the game and hang out. And it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Very cool. I didn't know that about you. So yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. I've never seen a game in the actually no, that's not true. I see one game in the stands, and then the rest of the games were in the press box. I said my first game in the stands. It was raining. It was ice cold. I said to my partner, I said, "Dude, this is the last time I'm sitting in the stands. From now on, we're in the press box." He's like, "Okay, Jeff," because he was the guy who was running the station. I said to him, "No more. I'm in the press box. I can't stand this cold crap." Because in the press box, it's nice and warm.
30 years ago, the Royals were down 2-0 and 3-1 and came back to win without home field advantage. Now it's the opposite. Interesting.
Well, it's not going to happen. That's a different Royal team, man.
30 years later, Back to the Future had said that the Cubs would win the World Series, and that didn't happen either.
And that's a different Royals team. And 30 years ago, was Toronto in the league 30 years ago?
Barely.
Okay. And there you go. There's your answer.
Barely. Okay, now, no baseball tonight. However, we do have football.
They played the Royals in the ALCS. Ah. Is that my buddy Dinko?
Dinko it is.
Who used to Yes, it is. I thought it was. What's up, man? He's following. See, this guy follows me wherever I go.
That's loyalty.
Following me. Yeah.
That's either loyalty or he's a masochist.
It's both. It's both with Dino. Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming on over, buddy. Thanks for coming on over. I appreciate it. Now you actually get to see what I look like for a change, right? Instead of been just listening to me for all those years.
Yeah, welcome, Dean. Absolutely.
Tell all your friends. Hey, if you like what you're hearing on the left-hand side, is Tell a Little Bird. Tell all your friends, man. We're doing the show live right now.
Get him in here.
All right, let's rock and roll. All right, so.
Okay, so tonight there's actually some NFL action between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, God.
Interesting game because both teams, it is going to be a Simonex special.
I'm going to forget that game is on tonight because it's Thursday for me, and it's a Blue Blood Marathon day for me every Thursday. I got up, went to the channel. I haven't changed the channel since, and I probably won't even be watching that game tonight. And that's bad news for a sports guy, huh?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, absolutely. Look
at Morgan. Well. Look at Morgan. Morgan said it's going to be a good game. Scratch my ass. Morgan, I bet you.
Wait a second. Morgan,
I bet you fall asleep. Morgan, I bet you fall asleep during the game. That's how good it's going to be. Hey, Christine, how you doing, girl?
Okay, so you have the 2-4 Seattle Seahawks versus the 2-4 San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
Now, you got both teams that seem to be in flux right now. And the question here is which one actually looks better than the other or worse than the other? Because the bottom line is both of them look bad at this point.
Can we have a tie tonight?
You know, that's always possible.
Can we just have a 0-0 tie?
There you go. Get the Buffalo Wild Wings people to put the blower on the field and mess up.
How many of you are really going to watch this game tonight? Come on.
I'm not gonna watch it because I got something else to do.
Yeah, but I bet you even if Christine's gonna watch the game, because she's a sports hog. She's a sports hog, so she likes watching that stuff. But
you have to remember too.
I know Morgan's gonna watch the game, but I'm betting Morgan's falling asleep during that game.
FanDuel, that's why he's gonna watch it.
Yeah, but I'm betting he falls asleep during that game.
Why?
Look at her. She's got two TVs set up.
Besides it all, Jeff. Okay, you need to understand that this is a rivalry game.
Look at
Rivalry
Christine.
games take on a whole new look.
It don't freaking matter, right?
Oh,
you know what?
Yes, it freaking does. Look what Detroit did to Chicago.
Okay,
that
it's a
wasn't
rivalry
supposed to
game
happen.
between those two teams. Everybody else that lives outside of that don't give a crap. You got me? You got me? It's a rivalry between those two teams. Everybody else in the world
Which is
don't
why
give a flying fig Newton.
Which is why it will be a good game.
For those
Maybe
two
not something
teams-
you want to watch because you're a rat bastard self.
What's the
I don't know
over-
what hair you got up your
What-
behind about the game tonight. But
what's the
tonight's
over and
game
under?
is, even though both teams are 2-4, it's going to be a good game.
What's the over and under? 10?
I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle's favored in that game.
Look at Christine. She's got two TVs set up, one for the football game and one for the hockey game. So she can watch San Francisco on one TV and San Jose on the other. Yeah, look at her. I told you she's a sports hog, didn't I?
Okay, so now that you've professed your feelings on what the game is going to actually be,
Sleeper.
why don't you give us a pick on who you think's going to win?
I think San Francisco's going to win. No, I'm sorry. I think Seattle's going to win this game.
So you're picking Seattle in this game?
Yeah, I'm picking Seattle in this game.
And make sure you jot that down, Morgan.
Why wouldn't I pick Seattle in this game?
Why
Listen.
would you pick Seattle in this game? Honestly.
Where's the game at? Well, actually,
In San
doesn't really-
Francisco.
yeah, that don't mean crap. Okay,
It does. It
No,
means a
no.
lot.
San Francisco is going to lose this game because Capper shit stinks. That's number one.
But you know
Okay.
what? Right now,
Number two.
Seattle
Number
does.
two, Russell Wilson ain't going to let what happened last week at home against Carolina. Oh, by the way, which I picked correctly, Morgan.
Oh, God.
Okay?
As I always say, Jeff, even a blind dog can find a biscuit.
Correct. Correct. I understand that. I get that. Okay? Seattle is not going to lose 2 games in a row. They're going to win this game. Watch, I'm telling
They've
you.
already lost 2 games in a row.
And it's not going to happen again.
What is it? You know what? That sounds like the Dodgers not knowing why they fired Mattingly and him not knowing either. They've
Correct.
already lost 2 in a row.
I understand that there's turbulence in the locker room with Carroll and all that bull
There
donkey
is.
crap.
There
But
is.
they're playing the 49ers. Come on.
And the 49ers have actually looked good, regardless of whether it was the Ravens. They played in New York. They took New York down to the final minutes.
Watch
Um,
this. You want to see me
Kaepernick
piss
has
Morgan off?
improved his game over the last couple of weeks.
You want to see me piss Morgan off? Watch this. If San Francisco had Blake Bortles, they'd probably win the game.
Oh. I might not disagree with that.
If they had Blake Bortles, they'd probably win the game.
Automatic
Look at-
W. You're right,
Auto-
Morgan.
They'd probably win the game, San Francisco. Blake
And
Bortles.
with that being said, so anyway, you're picking Seattle. I really don't know why. I'm picking San
taking
Francisco.
Seattle.
I'm
Why?
taking San Francisco.
Why?
Okay. Why? First of all, because I happen to like the team. Okay. I've been a fan of theirs since Joe Montana graduated from Notre
So
Dame.
what? Okay, so what happens when the Giants and San Francisco play each other? Who do you root for, you hump?
Honestly,
You tell me the Giants, I'm killing you right now.
I root for San Francisco.
Oh, I'm going to kill you. Why do you do that? You're an ex-New Yorker and you root for the other team?
Okay, understand this,
That's
that as an
blasphemy.
ex-New Yorker
That's
back
blasphemy.
in the 70s,
That's blasphemy.
the only thing that the NFL
Just force
had
you
as
to
far
take
as
that shirt off.
New York football was concerned was a couple teams that looked like they belonged in Pop Warner.
That's blasphemy. You should take that shirt off right now. That Nick, you should not be allowed to wear that Nick shirt. That's blasphemy.
I'm sorry.
That's
Like I
blasphemy.
said, blasphemy, no, not at all.
So if the
There
Giants,
was no
so if the
real
New-
football.
so if the
in
New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers were playing the NFC Championship game, you're telling me you'd root for the 49ers?
Yep.
I'd smack you in your head if you were here right now.
And if they lost and the Giants went to the Super Bowl, then I'd root for the Giants.
No. No.
That's the way it works, man.
No, it does not. No, it does not work
it's-
like that.
It's San Francisco first, New York allegiance second.
No, it's New York Giants
comes
first and everybody else last. New York
Sorry,
Giants.
man, but that's the only sport.
Everybody else last.
That's
Just
the
like
only
it's
sport
New York
that I
Knicks.
don't.
Just like it's the New York Knicks first and everybody else last.
But that doesn't always usually work out that way. It's always the Knicks last and everybody else first.
See, thank you for Con. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you for agreeing with me, pal. See, at least the man from Blab agrees with me. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, but he's a Raiders fan. That doesn't count.
That's even worse, but still, he's a Raiders fan. He's not going to go, okay, if the Raiders lose, I'm
He's
going
not
to
going to pick the 49ers. He's
Exactly.
a freaking Raiders fan.
But you're a New York fan. How did you end up in San Francisco? And don't give me no freaking Joe Montana bull crap neither.
I tried to explain to you while you were going on your little diatribe. Okay. When I started watching football back in the 70s,
I don't care.
There was no New York football going on.
It doesn't matter.
None.
You have no
None.
choice. It
Those were the
doesn't
days
matter.
those were the days of Joe Pisarcik. Come on
I was
now.
hey, I was born the same time you were there. I was a Giant fan back then.
Okay.
Don't give me no excuses.
That's your problem.
But I still represented my team even though they sucked.
Yeah, but who says I had to represent them just because I lived there?
You're terrible. You're just, in
I
the
represent the teams in all the other sports.
in
So
the words of Charles Barkley, that's terrible. That's terrible.
and
That's just
in the
disgusting.
words of Shaquille O'Neal, Chuck, who cares?
You know what? That's worse. That's worse than being a Jet fan and having Tim Tebow come to your team and saying, that's it, I'm not going to be a Jet fan no more, and then become a Patriots fan.
No, that's wrong. Because I guess in the end, it worked against them because Tim Tebow wound up on the Patriots.
Yes. But that's terrible, dude.
That's karma.
That's
Anyway, okay,
that's
look,
you're lucky you're still on the line. For
you know
that
what?
move
You
right
wanted
there.
the truth? This is all about the truth here, right?
You're lucky you're still on the line for that one right
Yeah.
there.
You can cut me off if you want to, but I got
Oh
all
my
the
God.
information right here about the stories we're going to do, so maybe you don't
Man,
wanna do-
I just don't like it. No, if you would have said if they were playing, I'd be rooting for the Giants, that'd be a different story. So from now on, every time the Giants and the 49ers play, we have a bet.
I tell you what, the best I can give you is I'll root for the team that wins.
You're a son of a bitch.
Whoever wins that game, I will root for in the Super Bowl.
You're a rat bastard, son of a bitch hump. All rolled into one.
All rolled into one.
Rat
I flourish
bastard,
that
son
way.
of a bitch hump.
Gotta
You
flourish,
are
man. Gotta flourish.
Unbelievable.
Okay. But that being said, football does get to see the Dallas Cowboys again this week.
Big. Hey, you know what? I kind of enjoyed football with no mention of the Cowboys at all last week. It was kind of nice. It was kind of
Well,
like
you
the
know what?
playoffs.
The
Kind of
vacation
reminded me of the
vacation
playoffs.
is
dude.
over. According to Skip Bayless, the vacation, your boy Skip Bayless, the vacation
Another
is
prick.
over. Skippy says,
Yeah. Go ahead.
his guy Brandon Whedon is just plagued with bad luck, and and he also goes on to say,
Yeah,
now my guy Matt Castle
Yeah. Okay.
will
now,
come in
yeah.
and make those throws, stepping into
All
the
of a
pocket.
sudden,
And they will help those throws will help my Cowboys until Romo returns.
choke me now, will you please? All of a sudden, Skippy Bellis is Matt Castle's his guy. All of a sudden,
Yeah, it
All
was
of a
Whedon
sudden,
first.
You're such a freaking flip flopper, you son of a bitch, man. Because at the beginning of the season, if I remember correctly, you said Matt Castle ain't worth a hill of beans. Now all of a sudden, he's on the freaking Dallas Cowboys. Oh, he's the best quarterback. Why did you just say Matt Castle is better than freaking Tony Romo? Where the hell's my list? Because if I can't, oh, there it is. Dan, why did you just say Matt Castle is better than Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Roger Staubach, Jim McMahon, John Elway, Warren Moon, Tony Romo? Why did you just say that? Because that's what you're saying anyway, you jackass.
But the question here is, Morgan, is he better than Blake Bortles?
Jags coming in hot for the 8-8. They in that? Yeah, okay. If they're 8-8, they're not going to listen. I have a steak dinner that they're not going to be 8-8. I got a steak dinner bet on this. Ain't no way they're going to be 8-8. No way in hell. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming in. Christopher, thanks for coming in the room. And also, James, thanks for hanging out. We got Christine hanging out with us.
Welcome, guys.
Of course, Furkan is here. And, of course, Morgan's hanging out with us. And for everybody listening to us on the live embed code on SportsWorldRadio.com, thank you so much. Don't forget that this show is brought to you by and sponsored by Professional Recording Studio Equipment.com. Head on over there, get you all your equipment so you can bang out your blab shows and sound ass-kicking like me and my friend Big E do.
Get yourself one of these ATR 2100s. I'm telling you right now, you can't go wrong. It comes with a
That's right. Keep moving it around.
It's a USB. It's a USB connection. Okay. The cord is long enough to give you plenty of extension space for yourself. And it's just a great mic.
And right now it's on sale.
Sale.
It's under $50 right now for that mic he's holding up. And he's pissed because he paid more than that.
I paid more. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm going to have a talk with the sponsor.
It's on sale right now. So, and it's on the very first page. You go to professionalrecordingstudioequipment.com. Boom, it's right there.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Skip now? Let's talk about that because the Dallas Cowboys are playing. They're playing the Giants this week.
Yeah, I know they are. And you want to know something? I don't get to see the game.
Oh, that's right, because you're in San Diego. What classic matchup do you get to watch?
Crap on a stick.
Are you picking crap or the stick?
I'm taking the stick because it smells better than the crap. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going over to look to see what games I get.
Well, here's a little something on the
Oh, great!
Being a Knicks fan. Being a Knicks fan.
You know what I get? I only get one morning game. I get the Saints and Colts on Fox. Whoopee!
Oh wow, that's a classic quarterback battle.
Isn't there a London game on this week?
Sunday, yeah. You could get up at 6:30 if you want to watch that one.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
You get to watch the Bills and the Jaguars, and by the way, it is only on Yahoo.com. It's not even on live TV.
Really?
Yeah.
You're playing a game in London that you can only see on the internet now?
On Yahoo.com.
What the hell is going on here? What the hell is... First off, you got Fox Sports putting American League Baseball on Fox Sports 1, alienating 3/4 of the country. Now you got NFL putting a game that's in London on Yahoo Sports. And you can't even see it on TV.
You have to have a high-speed internet connection.
That leaves 3/4 of the country out right there. What the hell is going on here?
I knew you'd love that one, especially rolling off the Fox Sports 1 stuff with baseball. Oh, my God.
That's ridiculous. What the hell? What in the wild world of sports is going on here? Before you know it, they're going to be charging you to watch the games online.
I don't know, but Jim McKay is rolling over in his grave as we speak.
Look at Christopher, all hail Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell is screwing up this damn league like I've never seen before in my life.
He is screwing the pooch in this league.
And not only that, hey, Morgan, you're going to like to hear this. Jacksonville just signed a deal to have one game a year till 2020 in London.
And you know who the losers are there?
Jacksonville fans.
The fans in London.
Them too. So that means Blake Bortles is going to be going to London for the foreseeable future till 2020.
Maybe he'll be the official spokesperson of the NFL in London.
Blake Bortles.
So, getting into that game really quick with the Giants and the Cowboys, here's another Skippy quote for you.
Oh, God.
Okay. And you're going to love this because
I bet you he puts the word "my" in front of both teams.
No, it's not between teams. It's just one player. And the statement that he makes, I'm sure, not only are you going to find controversial, blasphemous, and totally out of line.
Who do you are, Stephen A. Smith, or what?
I'm trying to roll out the Stephen A. vocabulary since we got baby Stephen A. in the room.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
But anyway, Skippy says,
oh God,
that this Sunday, Des Bryant has an opportunity to become the Willis Reed of this era, coming back to help the Cowboys beat the Giants.
Right there. Stop right there. Hold the phone.
You said you wanted controversial. There you go.
Willis Reed got hurt and came back
really
and played in the game. In the same game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Des Bryant didn't do that, you jackass.
Yeah,
so
well, what he's thinking...
You can't compare Des Bryant to Willis Reed. Okay?
Well,
and then Willis Reed came out and surprised the freaking fans. Nobody knew he was going to play. Nobody knew. Okay? Everybody knows, or everybody, nowadays, you're going to find out way in advance knowing that he's going to play. So it's not going to be a big surprise. So it ain't the Willis Reed thing you talk about, you jackass.
Yeah, well, his impression is that Des Bryant's going to come back. He's going to limp his way onto the football field at MetLife Stadium.
And he's
going to assist his Cowboys, to win that game and propel them to the Super Bowl from that point forward.
If I'm the New York Giants, that guy catches a pass, I go right for his foot and break that son of a bitch. Knock him out for the rest of the year. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. You kidding me?
Christopher, he really did say Willis Reed.
I've
heard some absurd things come out
that's
of
a joke. I'm surprised Skippy didn't say, my Dallas Cowboys are going to beat my New York Giants this week. I'm surprised he didn't say that.
Well, I don't think he'd ever say my New York Giants because Stephen A. would probably reach across the desk and choke his stupid behind.
Well, he puts the word my in front of every other goddamn team. He should do it to them, too.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that his handle isn't at my Skip Bayless.
I'm surprised Skip Bayless's handle is at sitting on the fence.
That, too.
That's what it should be.
With all those holes he has in his
butt from sitting on a perforated fence.
Too bad there wasn't any barbed wire up there.
Unbelievable. I don't know how you get away with saying something like that.
He does. And, that's, again, he's got a forum where he could pretty much say whatever he wants and everybody, they
Correct,
they rejoice
Christopher.
him for it.
Correct, Christopher. I was watching that game. I saw that game live. I was alive back then, my friends. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and Christopher Skip had the audacity to say that would be a similar occurrence come this Sunday. It is a game 7 of the season. You're going to compare that to the game 7 of the 70 NBA Finals?
Yeah, he's a schmuck. That's why you will never, ever, ever win an award on that Second Take show that you do.
Second Take?
Never. Unbelievable.
Okay, and now having covered that with the Knicks, I just wanted to use this opportunity to segue into the fact that on Tuesday, the NBA kicks off their season.
Yes, I'm stoked for that.
There will be 2 games on TNT. The first
Stephen A. Smith. Hey, Stephen A. Smith, Knicks are going to get more than 17 wins, you jackass. And no, you don't need to know what Phil Jackson is doing. Just sit there and shut up and watch. Okay?
Are we letting Morgan in?
Yeah, I'm letting Morgan in.
Okay, so on Tuesday.
What? No, they call me Mini Stephen A. Smith. So
baby Stephen A.
You know what I'm gonna call you? Not Stephen A. Smith.
Not Stephen A. NSAS. Okay, well, anyway, like I said, the season kicks off on Tuesday. There'll be 3 games. There's a League Pass game between Detroit and Atlanta. The Pistons visiting the Hawks at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then over on TNT, you have a doubleheader. The lead game is the Cleveland Cavaliers and Jeff's favorite player of all time, LeBron James, heading into Chicago to play the Chicago Bulls, also at 8 o'clock Eastern. Guess which game is going to get watched the most?
The Chicago game.
Exactly.
You notice how I didn't say the Cleveland game? I said Chicago game.
And then to cap off the night, the doubleheader game is between the New Orleans Pelicans and the NBA defending champion Golden State Warriors.
See, that game I'll watch.
That's why I'm wearing the Knicks shirt, because NBA is right around the corner.
They're going to have more than 17
And I'm
wins.
smelling 20 wins.
20? That's
I don't know if y'all are gonna get a win.
what?
The Knicks
20 wins?
The Knicks, man, they're struggle.
They're undefeated in the preseason. What are you talking about?
It's preseason.
They don't give out trophies in the preseason.
You know what, Elliot? I wish they would. No, you're right. It's the preseason.
Y'all need it.
They're gonna get more win. They're gonna get more than 20 wins this year. I predict them anywhere between 25 and 30.
So, Morgan, you've expressed to me before that you're pretty much a basketball junkie.
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think the NBA coming up on Tuesday? What's your outlook? Because everybody seems to be blowing the Cleveland Cavaliers horn mightily.
I'm not buying the hype. I'm not buying the hype. I just think they're throwing around way too much money. If you think about it, at the end of the day, who they really have, Kyrie Irving is great point guard. But
he's not going to play till January.
Exactly. So he's like, he's not playing. So that's and Kevin Love, I don't think he fits in that system. LeBron's going to do LeBron. And then J.R. Smith and Shumpert are your only scorers I see.
And they're hurt.
So guess
what?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to say that I don't know why everyone's hyping this up. Sean Marion, where is he at? I don't even know. Where James Jones is supposed to be.
I think they cut Sean Marion.
Yeah. James Jones is supposed to be like
the savior,
and he's not.
Right.
And he's not. And Mike Miller, where has he been at since the last championship game?
He loses more shoes on the court than anything.
Whatever happened to Ray Allen joining them? That was supposed to
exactly. I just think the Cavs are overhyped. I just don't see it happen. They don't have the team that Miami had. Miami actually had a team. Cleveland doesn't really have a team. It's just a bunch of talent kind of going out there every night and hoping something happens. The teams that I believe in the East are the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. I think.
You watched Miami last night?
Yes.
I did too.
I think the Miami Heat are literally – I think they have a chance to win the entire East.
Preface that at least with if Dwayne Wade stays healthy.
Don't use that word if.
I know. Mom, Dad.
Dwayne Wade stays healthy. They'll win the whole thing. Not the whole thing. They'll win the East.
They'll win the East.
Yeah,
because that'll make them eighth. That'll make them the 8th seed in the West.
Exactly. You have Whiteside who could lock down anybody who's coming to the lane. Whiteside's actually going to actually confront LeBron, which nobody does. He's actually going to confront that. He's going to confront all the shots that have contestment. You have your boy Dragic. I think he's an incredible player that they picked up. Bosch is coming back after the injury. Dwayne Wade, I think they'll actually do a Spurs type of movement with Wade, letting him play some games, letting him not play some games. I think they can still make the playoffs regardless. It's the East. I don't really see a lot of competition going out. The Wizards kind of fallen off, and a lot of teams just haven't been there. I don't think the Hawks can do the same thing they did last year. And I also see who's their other player they have? They have Luol Deng. They have Luol Deng on there as well. So they have a lot of good pieces. I think that they can come out and win, which Cleveland just looks sketchy to me. A lot of players are hurt, and I don't think they'll be able to actually play as a team, which you need to be able to do going into playoffs. So I see Chicago and Miami are my two favorites coming out of the East.
Hey, Morgan, that point guard from Miami, what's his name? That white guy that was playing last night? Dragic? He seemed a little out of sync last night, didn't he?
He seemed out of sync, but I think it's just because he's with the new team. With the Suns, he basically was everything. And with the Heat, he's not. So I think he just has to get in the system. And I think once he does, I think they'll be fine.
Just got to figure out his role, huh?
Yeah, I think he needs to figure out his role. But I really do believe in the Heat that they actually can come out of the East. I really don't see Cleveland. If they go to the finals, you got the Spurs, which look like they can win the whole thing. You got the Warriors still there. You got the Thunder. Like, there's just too many teams that could wipe out Cleveland. So
right. Well, for me, Cleveland is the retirement home. They're just.
It is.
It's the pasture. It's the pasture.
Right. I just don't believe the hype that everybody's throwing down our throat about Cleveland. They did it last year, and they're going to do it again this year. Only reason because LeBron James is on that team.
So basically what you're saying is that this move, this colossal move that the Cavaliers made today pretty much is irrelevant, right?
What was the move that they made today?
They signed Tristan Thompson to a 5-year, $82 million contract.
Dumb.
So basically, Tristan Thompson held him hostage till what he wanted.
And then they overpaid him.
So bad.
5 years, $82 million.
That's because LeBron James told him to do it.
Yeah, he's probably his financial advisor.
That's because LeBron James told Cleveland to really. They didn't want to do it.
Well, LeBron has that opt-out clause in his.
That's why I'm sure. That's why they said, "Hey." That's why I'm sure he said to him, "Either he comes or next year I'm out of here."
Yep.
I wouldn't put it past him.
But you know what? What's going to happen next year? He'll be out of there.
No, Chris.
No,
Chris.
Regardless.
No. Hey, Christopher. Christopher, your question: can any team with King James play any kind of system? No. Not one bit. And you know what? The system that they play in Cleveland, it's not really a system. Give the ball to LeBron, and he'll do his thing. And if he doesn't get it, he'll pass off and somebody else to shoot. That's the system.
Stand by and watch.
And because of the head coach doesn't have the cojones to stand up to him, that's the way it's going to be in Cleveland. That's why that coach is there. That's the only reason why that coach is there.
Well, players matter only because, I mean, in the basic terms, you have to have bodies on the floor.
LeBron James is coaching that team.
He's coaching and GMing. Come on now.
He's coaching that team, not the head coach of that team's coaching that team. They don't even need that guy there.
Nope. They don't.
They'll need that guy there one bit.
But you see, LeBron also gets a lot of flack as it is. Can you imagine if he declared himself the head coach of the team?
That's why they have David there. What's his name? David, what the heck's the head coach's name of Cleveland, Morgan?
Blatt.
David Blatt. Thank you. Yeah. That's why they got Blatt there. That's why they brought him in last year. Nobody knew
from
him.
Overseas.
Players do matter. Players do matter, Chris, because LeBron can't do everything by himself. That's why he got.
That's why they signed Tristan Thompson.
Yes, he needs people that can shoot. If you can't shoot, then you won't be on the team much longer. And J.R. Smith and Shumpert are the only people who look like they can shoot. Delly is a fantasy land. There's no way he's going to do what he did in the finals ever again. That was ridiculous.
But would Cleveland win if they had Blake Bortles? That's the question.
Well, no. Maybe Blake Bortles is like one of the assistant coaches. You can coach
small forward,
coach him up. No, but I just don't believe the hype on Cleveland. I know LeBron's there, but I'm looking at who the supporting cast is, and I don't see it. I think Tristan Thompson is getting paid way too much money. I don't think he's that good.
Way too much money.
He's not that good.
Tonight in preseason action, we got Charlotte at Indianapolis at the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks at 7:30 p.m. are playing the Boston Celtics. Denver, Utah at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Golden State's visiting the Lakers on TNT at 10 o'clock Eastern. And then you have a League Pass game between Portland and the LA Clippers at 10:30.
The West is just so strong, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, now you got a couple of teams in the West with new head coaches too, so you don't know what the hell they're going to do.
No.
I got no clue.
I don't know. I just don't know what the Wizards were strong, and the Wizards are a very dark horse team.
Well, they're in the East, so you know they're going to make the playoffs. You know that.
Yeah,
under 500. Under 500 makes the playoffs in the East for at least two teams.
What makes the West so strong is that they have Utah, which Utah, don't sleep on Utah. They're going to be good. You have the Spurs. You have the Mavericks. You have the Clippers. You have the Warriors. I mean, Kobe's there, so I always like putting the Lakers in the conversation.
Clippers, right?
Yeah, Clippers. You said Clippers.
You said the Warriors. You said the Lakers. You said the Clippers. They got the Spurs.
Yep.
You got the Thunder. Right.
You got the Suns. They always
the Suns.
You got Portland for some stupid reason.
You got Grizzlies.
Houston. You got Dallas. There's 8 right there.
Memphis Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
It's crazy. It's not fair.
No, but you know why?
Wrong.
That's because the brain trust in the West is far superior than the brain trust in the East.
Correct. The West is very, very strong. In fact, you could probably take half of the West, stick them in the East, and those West teams would destroy the teams in the East by so much that all those teams that you move from the West to the East will make the playoffs, and half the teams in the East wouldn't even make it.
Any team in the West would have a chance to have the best record in the East.
Correct.
If they played there.
Absolutely.
Any playoff team.
Right.
The team that you have to look at in the East, the teams you got to look at are the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, the Miami Heat, the
worst team in the West could probably be
the Wizards and the Wizards and the Toronto Raptors. Those are 5 teams that are those are the only prominent teams I see in the East.
But that's what I keep saying. To me, it seems like the team with the best record in the East is no better than about a 5th to 8th seed in the West.
If they're lucky.
If that.
Right.
Because you're always going to get about 2 teams that make it with under 500 record. I mean, come on. The Knicks, 17 wins last season. What they finished? 8 games out of the playoffs?
Yeah.
That's not that big of a margin.
See, and the NBA is doing it different this year. They're doing the playoffs different this year. They're taking the top 8 teams from both East and the West with the best records. Doesn't matter about division wins. Doesn't matter about your division winning your conference or your division anymore.
What?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you win your division.
Okay, so a division winner can't get home court advantage if they have an inferior record.
Correct.
That makes sense.
Correct.
To me, that makes perfect
sense.
So
the top 8 teams with the top best records are going in to the playoffs on both sides, on the East and West.
I really believe that there is no place in sports to basically reward a team for finishing under 500.
Correct. There should never be
blasphemous. That's blasphemous.
They should never be in the playoffs.
Never.
They're under 500. Never.
No.
Right. And it happens in football all the time, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, well, you saw how Seattle upset New Orleans a few years ago by sneaking in at 7-9.
7-9.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. How do you make the playoffs at 7-9?
I mean, I even take it from a personal standpoint. Last year in my fantasy league, the champion was 6-8. And
6-8.
6-8. The guy that won the championship, he limped it to the playoffs at 6-8.
I'd be pissed.
Playoffs.
And then ran roughshod over everybody in the playoffs.
I'd be pissed. I would be
Best
pissed
record,
off.
Exactly. And what hurts there the most, if he was 7-7, it wouldn't sound so bad.
Right.
But the fact that he was 6-8, that's kind of a black eye on the whole scenario.
That's terrible, man.
And to me, it's just like, I just don't get it. How do you reward people for subpar performance?
Morgan would be happy if Jacksonville got in at 6-8.
Even at 7-9.
Hey, I don't care if Jacksonville wins the division at 7-9. I still win my bet.
Yeah, and they get home field advantage.
I still win the bet. I don't care. That's fine with me. Hey, listen, they got a home field advantage in London.
Question. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask. Would they play that game in London?
Probably.
They get more fans.
Do you know what the next move? Do you know what the next move Goodell's going to do? Right? He's got these games in London, correct?
Yeah. What other countries are you going to?
No. He's going to stick a playoff game in London. Watch.
Oh, that's already been determined.
He's going to stick a playoff game in London.
I don't know how that's going to roll over with the players.
As a matter of fact, it was mentioned the other day that a team in the future is going to be making multiple trips.
Yeah, and it's only going to and
it's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's going to be the only team that if they make the playoffs, they're going to go to London to play a playoff game.
No. They're saying that in the regular season, there's going to be a scenario where a team goes more than once. They go at least twice to London in the same season.
And it's going to be Jacksonville.
And I think because of that contract.
Right. And then when they make the playoffs, Jacksonville, they'll go play the playoff game in London.
In London.
Right. They'll be called the London Jaguars.
Let me ask you this. Where would you sit if the Super Bowl was moved to London?
Right in my house.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I mean,
what stance would you take, though? I mean, would that be totally un-American?
What, to watch a Super Bowl game in London?
No, to have a Super Bowl game in London and deprive that from the States and the fans that pay so much money to watch the game.
Yes, it's blasphemy.
If that happens, man, I don't know, man. That's not good.
I think the NFL fans are going to be crazy if that happened.
Someone's dying.
So
Nope.
we don't approve of the fact of having to fly all the way out there for Super Bowl.
That's a great trivia
but
question.
it's okay for them to fly all the way out here to watch ours.
That's a great trivia question.
It's where it originated from, I guess. I mean, I would believe, so I would feel like that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I actually think that's a discussion.
See
not
what
just a question.
It
See
is.
what Christopher's saying in the chat room, guys? He says, my business partner is in Scotland, says that U.S. football is a novelty.
And novelties wear off.
Really quick. That's why they're called novelties.
Mm-hmm.
They run out really quick.
No fan base. Well,
That's why they only do a couple of games. And that's why I think a playoff game or a Super Bowl game in London would be a novelty, and it would be unbelievable. But the people in the U.S. would be pissed off if the Super Bowl was in London.
Well, maybe that's why it's on Yahoo.com, because the TV stations refuse to pay for that anymore.
Yahoo.com. Why? Hey, CBS, what are you getting cheap? You don't want to put another game from London on your station? What are you getting cheap on it?
They already had the Jets in Miami. That was bad enough. Half the coaching staff in New York got left behind.
Right, and now Buffalo and Jags are playing. They don't want no part of that.
No.
So wait a minute. If Joe Philbin was still in London and the Jaguars are the home team, and it looks like they might be the team that winds up being the multiple appearing team in London, what about Joe Philbin coaching the Jaguars? He wouldn't have to leave London.
But I'm telling you, they're already picking up Joe Philbin as we speak. He's already been picked up. It's fine.
By who?
By the Jaguars. He's still in London.
Which plane is he on?
He's already in London. He's going on the
Yeah, I know that, but which plane is he getting on?
The Jacksonville plane.
Oh, so Buffalo didn't offer him a job.
Buffalo didn't offer him a job. They don't want him. The Jacksonville wants him, though, and they're going to put him as a special teams coordinator.
Okay. So he has a job in Jacksonville, which means he'll be head coach by next year.
Who's Jacksonville's head coach right now?
No
idea. Who knows and who cares?
No idea.
And for the guy who's in love with Blake Bortles over there and doesn't know, that's not good.
That doesn't make – I don't need to know who the – all I know is Bortles is the head coach for all I care.
The head coach doesn't ball. He gets no consideration.
Nope.
Hey, Bortles did good last week, right? He had 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 3 sacks. Huh? He's a man of 3.
Man of 3.
He put up the fantasy points. That's all I got to tell you all about Bortles.
Well, guys, that's what I got for tonight. Short show because, like I said, I'm here in Orlando. And,
Guy's on vacation. Guy's on vacation for Jiminy Cricket's sake.
2 whole days. I'm on vacation. You're right.
Yeah.
But,
hey, those curtains look fancy behind you, man. Hey,
you know what? I like this backdrop. I might actually take these curtains home with me.
Is there a window behind you?
Yeah, there is.
Let's see what it looks like out there.
Hey, let me move my camera. I'll show you outside. Here we go.
Yeah.
Where's the tower at? Where's it at?
Yeah, why don't you make some more noise with your damn mic?
Yeah, dude, what's going on back there?
It's dark. See, now we can't hear nothing.
Disappeared. All right.
That's even better. Yeah, that's a good view right there. I'm telling you. That's a great view right there.
What do we get stuck into?
I don't know, man. What are we in oblivion over here? What the hell's going on?
I don't like it.
Wow, me neither. What the heck? What the hell is he doing?
I'm so mad.
I'm so mad.
I'm fired up and livid.
Okay, where's my stuff? Huh. Where's my stuff? Here's my stuff. There we go. Let me get this ready to go so I have it. All right. Hey guys, I want to thank what is he doing? Oh look, it doesn't even work anymore. How about that? Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports World Radio. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports World Radio, 3 o'clock on the East, 6 o'clock on the West. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West. And if you live in Essential, figure it out for yourself.
Thanks for listening to Sports World Radio with your hosts, Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann. Online at sportsworldradio.com. Sports World Radio, the equal opportunity ripper. We'll catch you next time.